Where are the Titans' private parts? Did Aaron's dad cut them off? Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. You know what, fuck it. You know why I'm making this video? Attack on Titan Season 2 is coming out, and after a long 5 years, child's play, I've got to play off that shit. But I'm getting off the obviously extremely important point of this video. And that is to pander to the egos of the Attack on Titan elitists while simultaneously offending them because I don't point out things that they thought were good, and offending those who think it's a completely shit show because I actually said something was good about it. Nonetheless, Attack on Titan is an extremely popular action series that premiered in 2012, and a show that got so popular my family sort of heard of it, and Walmart started selling its posters, so you know it's a big deal. But due to the high amount of action and gore, it became arguably more popular than that of Sword Art Online, to which it gathered its own video games, live-action movies, spin-off series, and a damn theme park. Hey mom, go stand in the mouth, haha, she won't get it. Yet with all the praise, the anime community has for the most part praised it too. But many also say it has too much praise and too much hype because of the many problems that the show does have, such as extremely slow pacing with little payoff, predictable twist, and rushed or generic characters. But aside from those points, the show does have a lot to offer and is an entertaining experience overall. So let's get into what is good about Attack on Titan is a show of atmosphere. When first being dropped into, you get the intense sense of horror and dread that comes over those living in this world with the help of the animation and art, which I will talk about later. But instead of taking place in a generic old high school, the show actually has a world to build, and showing us the danger and stress that comes with the outside world in fighting titans. And this is directed perfectly within the show, yet it's not just the danger on the outside. The inside, while the show has a wall that is supposed to give you a sense of protection, you know that there's a crack in it, especially by the very first scene of the show. The building of the world is different than many, mainly focusing in on the army aspect of it, to which the beginning of the show, even they aren't the people you would like them to be. They're kind of assholes, and you can tell for the most part they're scared of what is outside too. And it's hard to get a hold of ease because of this, which builds the tension without something attacking them at that moment. Yet over the show we see that there are those that still try to fight, which means that there is hope in the world that the show gives us. And even Eren turning into a Titan later sort of gives us that hope too, and it more reinforces it. Yet even that is unpredictable, and that is what the show does great, giving us the unpredictable nature that the world has both through character actions and the actions of Titans. The world itself is also laid out well, showing the maps that different explanations as statuses of different areas, in the building and the worlds inside each area, such as the outside areas of the walls where Eren is. It looks like a German-themed town with very cramped spaces with tons of people, and those being the closest to the outside, while the nobility is in the center, to which they seem to have much more space. And later we've seen a ton of land that is open, which makes you wonder why they stuff so many people in cramped corners when there's all this room. And the reason most likely points to all those people holding the Titans off and slowing them down to protect the center and nobility, which also shows how cold those in the center to the citizens are. We also get an understanding of what makes the Titans work, how you kill a Titan, the mechanisms of the swords and how they fly around and slice the Titans up. All these things are decently well explained in the show and builds the world through that too. Because a lot of the focus in the show, again, is on the army, not exactly the people or regular people. And all this is related to the characters. And as going from character to character, well, not many stand out other than maybe Mikasa, Levi, and Crazy Titan Scientist. But what makes the world of characters good is how human most feel. Everyone is a scared human being, even if they seem courageous, but they all do have some form of courage inside them, or most do. And when it comes to humans, when they are scared, they act accordingly. Some run, some go back to fight, but with all there is an understanding that they might die, and it's an unnerving feeling that you see in almost all of them. Yet those who do act cocky and in a way play it haphazardly, they will, well, get their arm chopped off and eaten, which will then for the most part slap them out of that cocky face. And more or less, those who have never seen combat, they are cocky, but when they are faced with dangers, many of the characters completely changed or faltered. But while those who have seen some shit, they weren't cocky, and you can see that they understand the weight that's been placed on them and the weight of the actions that have taken place. And these people are what makes the world work so well too. The show also handles themes very well, from the distrust of those that they don't understand. Later shown when Eren turns into a Titan, they had no problem trusting him before, but when they didn't understand what was happening, they couldn't communicate with him when he was a Titan, they showed a lot of distrust in him. in which the writer of the manga got the idea of this feeling from when traveling to different places to which people couldn't understand him, how intimidating it could be. Then there is the theme of uniting humanity against one being, to which many believe that the only way that humanity will come together in the future would be through the founding of other life forms. There's also the theme of giving up who you are in order to save others, or in this case to sacrifice your humanity to save humanity through the actions of Eren. And there's also a simple one, survival of the fittest. There's a few more, but I'm not going to go into them. Yet at this point in the show, most of them have been explored well enough, and maybe not to the completion. It still has time to do so, and if my predictions are correct, some of these themes are going to slightly change in the future of the show. But as for the story goes, while not all original, it is interesting to look into human nature and their reaction to near extinction, and also the comparison to basically being livestock. While the pacing isn't the best, and for the most part twists are predictable, the overall telling of the story is entertaining and action-packed, a mystery that will keep you wanting to understand what is happening and why these people made a damn theme park about this show. But one of the final things that makes this show good are, holy shit, the damn theme song. But this OST isn't critical. May the anime gods bless someone else so this man knows how to build the hype and then crush your soul. And the first main theme, aside from being part of one of the most hyped up shows in anime, it is extremely well made and animated. And the second OP is no slouch either. Then there's the animation, and I had no idea who Wit Studio was before Attack on Titan and Kabaneri, but they're almost at the levels of Ufotable on the level of animation at least. The fluidity of action sequences breathes life into the kind of stagnant animation of nowadays in anime, with the feeling of momentum and flair you get from every fight, while spacing and movement, mainly in the woods, was a little strange at times. But the animation and art is some of my favorite and some of the best out there. Two things that make the emotion and atmosphere of the show work so well, and without it, it wouldn't be as nearly impactful. But finally, like Sword Art Online, this show has a huge impact on the anime community, being one of the most popular and somewhat critically acclaimed shows to come out in a while, and giving a breath of new air to anime studios, showing that they can still be big outside of Japan. The manga of this show being one of the first two printings of manga to surpass 2 million in its first printing, the other one being One Piece. And having enough popularity, like I said, to spawn 4 games, a spin-off manga series, a live-action movie, a spin-off anime series, tons of merch, and a damn theme park. So this has brought a lot of attention to anime and has helped it grow to some degree, which, whether you like it or not, has brought in money to anime and has helped to bring a higher quality anime overall. Well, you'd hope so. And that is it. All the things that I found enjoyable about Attack on Titan. Yes, it's not perfect. It has problems. But at least it was an enjoyable, entertaining show, unlike a lot of other shows out there that have a lot of hype for. I still can't figure out why. But nonetheless, what did you think about Attack on Titan? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you hate the hype? Or you like Kabaneri the Spicy Fortress? Nonetheless, my name's Arcane, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.